Good day, everyone. We will be discussing about the behavioral learning theories, but before that, let me introduce myself first. I am Princess Lagdamen, together with my group mates. And now let's start with a quote by Burgess Frederick Skinner. Give me a child, and I will shape him into anything. What Skinner means is that behaviorists believe anyone's behavior can be molded or changed based on their environment. If you control what happens around a person, like giving them a reward by doing good things, you can teach them almost anything. And now let's move on to our main topic, which is the behavioral learning theories. From the word behavioral or behaviorism itself, it is the theory that says our actions are shaped by the things happening around us, like rewards, punishments, or other environmental factors. For example, if you get rewarded every time you clean your room, you'll clean your room more often, right? And that is behaviorism works. It changes what you do based on what happens around you. Another example is if you get compliment or praise by your teachers by participating in class, you'll start participating more. And that is behaviorism is all about observable behavior, meaning it focuses on actions we can see and how our actions can be changed by the environment. It's about how we can teach and change behavior by using things like rewards or punishments. And that's all for my part. Next, we have Miss Lungayan.
So during 1890s, Ivan Pavlov studies how dogs salivate in response to being fed. And then during his studies, he found out that the dog not only salivate when they were fed, but they began to salivate when they hear the approaching footsteps of the people feeding them. But for you to understand deeply, let me explain it later. But before that, let me introduce you to the 5 classical conditioning. So second is unconditional response. So it is reflexive response to a stimulus. So when we say reflexive, it happens automatically. So ang kuan di ay ang kaning unconditional response is mao ni siya ang salvation. Third is a neutral stimulus. So it means it didn't mean anything, it does not yet produce, automatically respond. So meaning sa experiments, ang neutral stimulus di ay kay mao ni siya ang bell. So dito na nadunggan sa iro nga nag sounds of bell pero wala ra siya reactions kay kuan man wala pa siya kabaw if unsay purpose nganong nag-ring ang bell. So we will present you an example that Ivan Pavlov shows us what classical conditioning is. But before that, ako ni siyang basahon para mas makasabot mo, and then one mo siya visual, so ako siya basahon. First, we have unconditional stimulus. Second, unconditioned response. Third is neutral stimulus. Fourth, conditional stimulus. And fifth is conditioned response. So, unconditioned stimulus, this is naturally authored stimulus that leads in involuntary action. So, meaning, ito yung mga bagay na nagdudulot ng mga kanang kusa nga reaction sa isang tao or sa isang hayop. And then, sa experiment, gigamitan ni siya og food which is ang unconditioned stimulus. Additional of kanang neutral stimulus is mao ni siya. Exciting part. So, ang neutral stimulus can become a conditioned stimulus when paired with an unconditioned stimulus. So, neutral stimulus plus unconditioned stimulus. Neutral, it means ang bell. Unconditioned stimulus is mao na siya ang nag-represent sa nag-produce o kanang response sa iro which is meat. So neutral stimulus plus unconditioned stimulus is equal conditioned response. Is conditions response. So when the dogs hears the bell, it knows that it's eating time. So kaning sa last part, ang kaning conditions response is once gani nga motingog na ang bell, kabaw nang iro nga it's kanang tingkaon na niya. Fourth, we have conditioned stimulus. So ang conditioned stimulus is mao ni siya ang meat ug ang bell nga gi-combine. So it means the stimulus that becomes able to produce learn a reflex response. So it means ang bell ay mao na siya hinungdan para mag-produce og kanang nag-learn og response ang iro. So dirin magkakaroon ng sense or purpose ang dog dahil sa kanang gipartner siya sa meat. Like for example, ang iro. So katong neutral is wala pa siya kuan kay wala mo siya paki. Kay wala lagi siya kabaw if kuan na niya if hingkaon na. So there is a condition stimulus which is iparisa na siya og kanang meat. So mao na siya mas nakabaw ng iro nga mukaon na siya.
Hi, my name is Jennelyn. Other phenomena and classical conditioning. According to Button and Moody, when conditioned stimulus is repeatedly unreinforced, that is without the unconditional stimulus, the conditioned response will eventually diminish and intensify and affects. This phenomenon is called extinction. When the extension of learning passes through time, the conditioned response may still be restored. This recovery after extension phenomenon is termed as a spontaneous recovery. This means that extinction does not completely involve unlearning of the pairings. It is like dili gani, for example kanang like ang iyang conditioning is iyang classical conditioning is dili siya pwede nga usa lang or tangtangon ang isa kay nay possibility na magluya gani ang dog like inana. Yes, like ana siya. And add on the Button and Moody, they are a scientist researcher. Si Dr. Mark Button is a classical conditioning. He is focusing on memory, and si Dr. David Moody is also known as a prominent researcher in classical conditioning. Dr. Button and Moody are highly respected researchers who have made significant contributors to our understanding of classical conditioning.
Good day to each and everyone, and today I'm gonna tackle about Watsonian conditioning. Let's summarize this story by John B. Watson. According to John B. Watson, learning theory that states that behaviors can be measured, trained, and changed. All behaviors are acquired through conditioning, which occurs through interaction and the environment. Example of behavioral theory: learning in the classroom. This learning theory states that behaviors are learned from the environment and says that innate or inherent factors have very little influence on behavior. A common example of this is positive reinforcement. A student gets a small treat if they get 100% on their spelling test. That's all. Thank you.
To sum up everything, Pavlov conditioning learning occurs when a neutral stimulus is repeatedly paired with an unconditional stimulus, until the neutral stimulus alone elicits a similar response. Like for example, the child needs to have a vaccine in the clinic. The neutral stimulus here is the site of the doctor's clinic. Unconditional stimulus is the pain of injection. Unconditioned response is crying or fear from pain of injection. Conditioned stimulus is the site of the doctor's office after the injection. And then conditioned response is feeling scared when seeing the doctor's office or the doctor's clinic without any injection. While the Watsonian conditioning emphasizes the role of environment in shaping the behavior. Watson conditioning are the behavior that can be learned through interaction with the environment. Watson's approach was highly influenced in the development of behaviorism and a significant impact of psychology and education.